Hello everyone, today I will be presenting my presentation about teaching vocabulary to young learners using Edpuzzle, which is a very common Web2 tool. To begin with, young learners learn vocabulary fast, but structure slower. It's because the words have concrete, instantaneous meanings, whereas structures are abstract for them. Children must meet and use the words in appropriate context to envision them. This is going to help them to establish their association with other words. As a result, a word network is going to be built. Young learners need to pay attention to some aspects of the English language, such as pronunciation, spelling, structure, and vocabulary. To master English language skills, students are supposed to acquire some of the vocabulary of the language, that is, a list of words with their meanings as it supports the development of their language skills. According to Cameron's study in 2001, to be able to communicate and write in English language, children need to learn 1,000 to 2,000 words. Those words should be presented and served to them in a colorful, interactive, and fun classroom environment. With the development of technology, Web2 tools have also taken their place in our classrooms. By integrating Web2 tools into our lessons, we aim that learners' learning environments be permanent and more interactive. In this way, the vocabulary learning processes of young learners will take place more quickly and permanently in their memories. So what is Edpuzzle? Edpuzzle is an interactive Web2 tool to create videos and also an easy way to create interactive video lessons. It's also an e-learning platform that allows users to edit literally any YouTube video and add questions on them. Users can also create their own videos and then use Edpuzzle to make them interactive. Edpuzzle provides a library of user-generated content with added questions, allowing users to find previously edited topics. So in this study, it's aimed to teach vocabulary to young learners with Edpuzzle, and as a result, it is also aimed to evaluate students' attitudes towards Edpuzzle. So here is the design of the study. The researcher used quantitative method and the data were gathered by means of a 10-question survey. The survey questions were designed taking into consideration the students' ages. A pilot study was conducted to evaluate the effectiveness of the survey questions, and necessary modifications were made to make the questions understandable to the participants. Besides, 2 expert teachers were consulted for their opinions and evaluations of the questions to contribute the validity of the survey which was used in this study. Who are the participants of the study? They are grade 2 students studying in the international school in Baghdad. Most of the students are 8 years old and study within the international curriculum. There were 8 girls and 12 boys. They have 9 English classes every week. Their linguistic level may vary from one student to another. It's because their language backgrounds are different from each other. Instrument and the data collection. The instrument of the study is a 10-question survey designed by the researchers. It is designed to evaluate the learners' opinions at puzzle, integrated lesson, and expectations for future classes and assignments. Taking into consideration the learners' ages, the survey includes 2 options. One is with a happy face, which means I agree. Another is with an unhappy face, which means I disagree. So here, the implementation of the study. In lesson 1, the students are presented the target vocabulary, such as happy, upset, excited, nervous, angry, furious, mad, within a video on Edpuzzle in pre-stage of the lesson. In the video, the students are supposed to listen and act the target emotions and are asked few questions about them. In next lesson, the researcher prepared another video on Edpuzzle for while stage of the lesson, where the students watch, listen, and are supposed to fill the gaps in the reading text that they were given. With the help of skills interrogation in while stage, the researcher aimed to help the learners contextualize the target vocabularies so that the learners are able to produce new sentences with them. For the last part, the researcher prepared another video where lots of open-ended and multiply choice questions are included. It's used for the post-stage of the lesson to check if the learners were able to comprehend. 20 students were divided into groups of 5 and were asked to answer the questions as a group on the small boards that were given each group, which was like a competition. So here, these are the results of the data after conducting the 10-question survey. As you see here in the first question, 95% of the students agree with the statement, whereas 5% disagrees. In question 2, 85% of the students agree with the statement, whereas 15% of them disagree. In question 3 and 9, all the students agree with the statement that they were given. Here, findings and discussion. After implementing the study in the classroom, using Edpuzzle, which is a Vector tool with young learners in English lesson to teach the target vocabulary, is an effective way for the learners to be able to learn. The learners find it fun, exciting, and motivation learning tool. Being able to touch on the smartboard and keeping eyes on vivid videos help the students to focus on more during the lesson. Since they find it more enjoyable rather than taking notes on their notebooks, their concentration span might last longer. In that way, they're engaged in the lessons more. Moreover, all the students advise the teacher to use Edpuzzle more during the lessons. It's because the learners feel more excited in the lesson and their anxiety level might decrease. According to Broll's study in 2006, using computers in language classes brings diversity to the classroom atmosphere, improves students' specific language skills, and increases learners' autonomy. So, to conclude, this paper has attempted to present the use of Edpuzzle when teaching vocabulary with young learners. Findings from the research and the literature showed that using Edpuzzle as vocabulary teaching tool is effective and enjoyable. It's obvious that the use of technology with young learners helps the students acquire the target vocabulary in a fun way. In Rahaya and Bhasko's study, they also claim that using Edpuzzle as an interactive vocabulary teaching tool is beneficial and fun for the students. For further studies, it is advised not to use the application for every lesson so that the students they do not get bored. Having smartboards in the lesson is a must for the application to be interactive. Besides, the teacher qualification and accessibility to use of the technology are needed to implement the study in the language classes. Thanks for listening to me.